What's happening on the mall today is the worst offense yet. While the World War II vets and private businesses are being harassed, another group has been given a special access pass, all access to the mall. The group that received a permit for a rally on the mall today. You'll never guess. Immigration reform supporters. Yeah, we've got an amnesty rally on the closed down National Mall. One outraged congressman tweeted this picture. Obama closed the National Mall to World War II veterans. It'll be open Tuesday, but only if you're an illegal alien. This is a hot poker in your eye. Without military veterans from World War II, we'd all be speaking German today. They get shut out while a bunch of people who want rewards for being here illegally get special treatment. It's shameful. The rally is the Camino Americano March for immigration reform. Guess who's hosting it? The buddies of our president, SEIU, the people who brought you that great health care, and their buddies who brought you Egypt, AFL-CIO. According to the National Park Service, the permit was allowed because even though employees are furloughed, the First Amendment continues. Oh, the First Amendment continues. Okay. A spokesman explained today, anyone claiming First Amendment rights can just show up at the World War II memorial and view it, but from the designated First Amendment area. Oh, designated first? In Washington, D.C., we have one of those? Yeah. You're totally free. Say whatever you want. Go wherever you want, as long as you stand in that little zone over there in that corner, and then you can say it. That's an interesting way to interpret freedom. And by interesting, I do mean completely wrong, but it gave me an idea. I mean, why not have a free speech zone of our own, you know? Can you imagine how much people would love us if I said, here at TheBlaze, we have a free speech zone. You're able to say anything you want. It's right here, okay? Right here. You just say whatever you want. Just say it right here in this free speech zone. Yeah. That's ridiculous, and everybody knows it. It makes absolutely no sense. It's the Washington Mall. And for the stupid people that might happen to be coming across this network by chance, when I say mall, it doesn't have a gap in it. The shutdown happened because conservatives want a delay of a law that clearly doesn't work, but more importantly, isn't fair to everyone. Because the unions who supported the law, the big businesses like GE that supported it, are now opting out of it. But you can't. I can't. Now, the vets, they can't visit the memorial, but SEIU and the unions get special privileges that you can't get, that the vets can't get. George Washington said, we are a nation of laws and not men. That's no longer true, America, because there's an immigration rally that the Parks Department is helping put on today. The left claims to be for equality, but they are for the French understanding of equality. Because, see, the American understanding of equality is all men are created equal. And we look at the law, not men. But equality, like the French understood it for the French Revolution, and the way all Marxists understand it, is everybody's equal, just some people are more equal than others. And those people who are more equal don't have to play by the same rules they inflict on everyone else. For more on the events in Washington today, we sent Sarah Carter out. She's our senior Washington correspondent for TheBlaze. And Sarah, you were there. How was it?
It was incredible. I got there a little bit early and I started to watch the throngs of people arriving. There was a huge stage set up. I mean, Glenn, this was an event of events on the National Mall when technically the mall was supposed to be closed. And the AFL-CIO, as well as CU, which is the Service Employees International Union, along with the Teachers Labor Unions, along with other unions, and Casa de Maryland, had set up this enormous event and had people bust in from everywhere, people, union payers, illegal immigrants, people from CARE, which was a co-indicted, an indicted co-conspirator co-conspirator with the Holy Land Foundation. And I could not believe my eyes. And when I asked people at the National Park Service, particularly those that were there working, are you being paid? Of course not. They weren't being paid. And is the park actually open? And they were saying, no, technically this park is closed and this is a joke. We can't even believe we're here today when World War II veterans weren't even allowed to be at their own memorial site.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Wait. Are you saying that that's what the Park Service employees were saying to you?
Yes.
Did any
that's
of
what
them
they were saying to me.
Did any of them have the balls to go on record?
Oh. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Of course not. But I was able to tweet out the photos, and, you know, Senator Menendez was there speaking, and even Republican Ileana Ros-Lehtinen was there, and I was kind of stunned by that. She wasn't on the list that they had handed to us, which was a long list of labor unions and congressional supporters of comprehensive immigration reform. And she actually came out to speak to the crowd and told them that there was a big push to do something about the 11 million illegals that were in the country, and that she would be a part of that. She did say that there should also be a call to reopen the parks to our World War II vets, but that was just covering the bases, I think, while she was there.
Okay, so Sarah, the band that was playing on the stage, is this a band that it glorifies the drug cartels?
Yes. Los Tigres del Norte, although they have won, I believe it was around 8 Grammys, they've been around for a long time, but they're also advocates for the drug cartels. A lot of their music glorifies the drug cartels. In fact, they were banned in Chihuahua, Mexico in 2012 from performing there because a number of their songs basically glorified the Beltran Leyva gang, which is an offshoot of one of the most dangerous drug cartels in Mexico, known as Chapo Guzman's Sinaloa cartel. So yes, this band was there performing. You know, they were singing about how Americans should push for immigration reform, but yet they glorify drug cartels.
How many people were there?
I would say in the thousands. You know, I was told in the tens of thousands, and that may be true, but because I couldn't see an aerial shot and get an idea of that, I don't want to say that that's an actual fact.
How many people were there as regular citizens, and how many were bussed in by these unions? How much of this was a union paid-for crowd?
Oh, this definitely looked like the majority was a union paid-for crowd. There were citizens there. I spoke to some of them who had just joined in, or a lot of illegals that were there who had come because they heard Los Tigres were playing and they wanted to be a part of this. And then, you know, and obviously they had their stories to tell. I was surprised, though, with the number of unions that were working this. Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. I mean, this is how they operate, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, majority were busted.
Okay, so did you see any other reporter there, anybody from the mainstream? Is there anybody that found this outrageous, that this government opened the doors for their buddies, and at the same time they are intentionally trying to shut other people down?
Well, they had a special VIP section for most press in Washington, D.C., but you had to apply 48 hours in advance, and most of the people that applied were actually invited to come in and cover the event. So if you showed up and you didn't apply for your press pass 48 hours in advance, you weren't allowed in their special VIP section, which meant that you couldn't ask direct, questions to the people that participated in the event. No, I did not see any other reporters on the floor with me. I saw cameramen and camera crews on the floor, but I didn't see people actually asking the questions that I thought were important.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate it. She's our senior Washington correspondent here.